Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to stop in and visit and check out my video. And again, I just wanted to say I appreciate everyone's support and comments and feedback and liking and subscribing. I really appreciate that. And so here to get started, I'm just going to show you again. Please forgive this raw footage and audio. Hopefully it will come out pretty good. This is my old rig. Now, this is just moved outside my gaming room, so to speak, my racing sim room, because right now I just don't know what to do with it until I make room somewhere else in storage or something. So I just got it here at the other end of the basement. Of course, probably seen a long time ago, years ago. That's my... See in the background there, the poster is one of the best finishes at Daytona with the Corvettes, the C7Rs. But basically, it's over here by my pool table, so I've got to work around that. As you can see the edge of it right there, that's my pool table. So here we are, and this is, again, RSEAT. Now, I've had this for a few years, and I'm going to go over just a few things. I'm going to just try to hit, the high points. It's worn pretty good. I got thousands of hours in this, and it's not just ACC, because there's a lot of times where I'm not playing ACC, I might be playing something else. I'm still sitting in this seat. So you got thousands of hours here. So it's a tank. It's got the round tube steel. It's heavy. Now it's sitting on a furniture mover. That's the only best way I can move it, especially by myself. So it definitely was a load to get down here and put together. The other one was a lot easier with the aluminum, channeled aluminum. But first of all, of course, you got spots on the back here that you can put, basically a thumper type thing back there for get the vibrations and stuff. So it's got spots for that. It's got some really good stuff in it. The seat, they have a couple different seating options. I picked this red one, and you can see the wear is decent, but there's a couple places where you can see, like right here, the stitching's coming out right there. Got a little split in it, and there's another one on this other side right there. So again, right in the same spot on both sides, you can see. And I'm not gentle. I mean, a lot of times I'm in a rush getting in and out, so it's not like I'm not a big person. I'm really just average on the smaller side, but I'm just jumping in and out. So some of that might be caused by me, but that's the only thing I can say that's a negative to that. The seat itself is very comfortable and has really held up well as far as that goes. I've again, thousands of hours in it, and the comfort level is the same. I'm still very comfortable in it. Again, you can tell some wear where I just need to clean it. Wear back here, wear here. I just haven't even cleaned it yet, so it needs to be cleaned. It's just maybe just a wear on the leather, but again, it's held up really well. Again, you got the arm here for your mouse and your keyboard. A little awkward sometimes, but it's nice because if you're playing something else, you can just have it like that, and you can sit there and have your keyboard mouse right there. So if you're not racing, you can have it right there. So it makes it kind of nice. It's kind of awkward, and sometimes trying to get it out of the way, like I'll move it way out of the way like that when I'm racing. And of course, this is where the base mounted here. Now again, with the new base that I have, they have a bracket that would mount there, but I wasn't sure if it would flex at all, and I was kind of nervous about it doing that. So I was just like, that's one of the reasons I wanted to go with something better, a little bit more sturdy as far as rigidity. And the main thing, and this is the main one, was the base plate, which is down here. No, it's not bolted. I just got it. I had to unbolt it to get my pedals off. And of course, I had to drill holes in it for my Azetek Invicta pedals, okay, because it doesn't have the mounts in there for it. Now, again, The bad thing was there was flex in here, and I knew there was some flex, but I didn't think it was that bad. But I think it was worse than I really thought. And what I did was this here, you can see the arm up there, it slides this back and forth, so it's another adjustment just like the seat. So it makes it nice, but the problem is, even though this is steel, it flexed with my pedals. And so I put stuff underneath here between the base and here, trying to get it a little bit more rigid, and it did help, but I still was getting some flex. So when I mounted the pedals, the same pedals on my new one, there's 0 flex, and I had to recalibrate it. And it really, now I have more, I could put more pressure on the pedal to reach the same amount, because it's not, I'm not losing it in the flex part. So I think that gives me, maybe it gives me a little bit more, being a little bit more linear with the pedal than I was. Now it's going to take me more time to probably get better with that, because, you know, the muscle memory, but I think it's something that I can improve upon. That's one area I think it improves upon. And again, this thing is a tank. I mean, it really is heavy. You know, you can see they got, you know, brackets to gusset it up and things like that. And it's a good rig. I have no issues with it really, other than here, you know, when you have a really stiff set of pedals, it does flex. And I, you know, for this heavy of a rig, that was probably the biggest disappointment in this whole thing. So again, you know, I'm still really happy with it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it yet. You know, I might use it for something else. I just don't know. It's still too early to really, right now I'm just still trying to just figure stuff out. But again, we will go ahead, and I just wanted to show you the old one, and now we'll go check out the new ones. Alrighty, well, here's my new setup. And again, excuse the mess. I'm still, again, doing some wiring, organization type stuff. But I'll probably have to try to get to it this week sometime, just in between home and work and all those kinds of life things. But here we go, and as you can see, the base is an Invicta, the Azotek Invicta. And I got the Forte wheel. That's the best one I could get for right now, which we will talk about that. And of course, I got the front mount specifically for the base, because you can see those switches that go in the front. It makes it a lot neater, a lot nicer. The on and off switch and the emergency shut off switch over there on the right. But again, I bought all this at Micro Center. So I got the whole thing at Micro Center, the rig, everything. Now I had the Invicta pedals, like I said, that was on my other rig. So those are the same. But this is they call it the Tony KANAAN edition. I mean, it's like all anodized green. It really doesn't do it justice, because it's a lot brighter than what it shows here in this video. It really is pretty. It's got, especially on the aluminum, it's got some really nice shine to it. And again, there's the pedal plate, which I said base plate on the other one, but it's pedal plate. Again, it's kind of more of a little bit flatter green, because I think it's the way the aluminum is, but that's okay. But it bolted right up. I did not have to drill any holes or anything. It went right in those slots, and it's no flex at all. I mean, solid as a rock. So, again, and of course I have the sim running right now, as you can see on the screen. But again, that way all the lights come on and everything. What's really nice about this wheel, and I'll try to show it the best I can, is these lights here, that one and these here, when you have a yellow flag or something like that, they'll light up, like, or white or yellow or whatever whatever flag they're doing, blue, they'll light that up, and so you can kind of see that on the wheel, it'll flash. And of course, you see the LEDs on the top, and those are just the tachometer type. Now you can change any of the colors you want on here to whatever color you want. So again, a lot of rotators on here. And you got this pushes in plus turns both. So there must be 100 different selections on this thing. And again, that's why I messed up when I was racing, trying to figure out which one I had on here. I know I got it on here, but again, this is the first video I've tried to do really since. But yeah, I mean, when you push the button, see it turns red. So when you push it, it actually turns like a color. So you know it's engaged. You also have these little things up here, which I don't really care for those, but they're there anyway. These are kind of like a neoprene. I forget what they call it, but doesn't really feel like rubber. It feels like a neoprene type thing. They're not bad. You can see it's got the slot for where your thumb goes. And it's not bad. The shape of it to me is a little bit, I don't know. I don't really care for the shape. It's very comfortable though. But the worst thing about the wheel is that. The shifters. To me, the paddles are too small and there's no adjustment on it. I don't see any kind of adjustment that I can see that you can get it, and they're sticking out. And I don't have big hands, so when I'm shifting, I'm right, basically it's like the tips of my fingers. And I don't really like that. It makes me have to stretch farther than I want to, and it's easy to mess up. So it's something that I got to look at. I mean, this was just to get me going. I didn't want to spend the money for another wheel. Any wheel, if you have the adapter, any wheel can go on here. Well, not any wheel, but most wheels. Any of the Gomez or any of those really nice wheels will go on here if you have the adapter. So I'm gonna get that, and I'll have me another wheel, and I'll just I'll keep this for a backup also, and just again, it's just something they had to get me started, so to get everything going. And of course, I didn't really know until I got into it either. I didn't know how much I'd like it anyway. So again, it's just one of those things you don't know until you try it. Now you can mount other paddles on here, which is super simple, and that's on their website. They mount on the backs for like a clutch engagement if that's what you want. They mount right into the back of this wheel back here, and it's really simple. All you do is one screw pretty much bolt it in, and it works. So that is really awesome, and you can have multiple paddles back there if you want to. But other than that, it works. It's comfortable as far as the hands. The only biggest negative that I can see is just reaching the shifter paddles, and that's the only thing I really don't like. Other than that, it's fine. No flex at all. There's no flex at all with this mount on the front. This is just a cover that doesn't have any kind of strength. It's just a plastic cover. There's 4 bolts underneath here that bolt it to this plate. And again, it's heavy. That thing is heavy, but it is absolutely rigid. Doesn't move at all. So really happy with that. Just like the pedals, no movement there. So again, really happy with all this. Now I'll show you one of the negatives. Now of course you can see where you hear that little beep. It does that where if you're not doing anything after so long, it'll want to shut off or go to standby, I guess. You just hit the button and it's back on. Basically, you got the mouse pad over there, and you got your which swings in and out, the keyboard, and you see it says Tony KANAAN on there. I like the colors, I really do. It really goes with the green and the yellow, so I like that. Of course, you can see my Shure mic. That's the mic that I use recording, and of course that's my spot over there is for my kitty cat to sit over there. A lot of times they sit there and watch me race, or just wants to be by me when I'm racing. This is the one negative, is the seat. Now this is a Tony KANAAN seat, and this is an option. The seat that normally comes with it is just a one-piece black seat, and that actually might be better. Just because the fact that this seat is so uncomfortable. I thought I was getting it because I wanted extra comfort, and it does, and it has a recline, so you can see on the other side there, right there, it reclines. So it reclines. So that is nice, and that's one of the reasons I got it, because I'm really picky about it. But you can see how long this is here. This is really, it only needs to be about 6 inches shorter. This is so long here. So I guess I'm assuming that they, and I could be wrong. This is just my opinion, but I'm assuming that they made this for like a really big guy or something. Again, I'm just not a big person, so it just doesn't fit me good, and I'm start to get sore and things like that. So I actually have one of those in my vehicle, the Extreme Comfort. So again, I use that, and that actually has helped out a lot. Again, I don't know if any, some people know, some people don't. I drive a semi for a living. I have for a long time, and I use that when I'm driving the semi. I got one for that too, because I'm in the seat a long time. So again, so I got another one so I can use it here, and it really has helped. It's helped immensely, but I'm really disappointed in the seat just because it costs extra money, and it's really no better. So, and it's lower, and there's no adjustment to bring it up. So the other seat, the brackets that come with it, you can raise it up or lower it. This one you can't. It's basically in one spot. So that's the negative. I rather had it higher by a few inches, so that kind of messes me up. I might have to relocate my TV. Well, my monitor / TV might have to be relocated, because basically you want your head right in about the middle of the TV, maybe a little lower, and I'm really close. So far it's okay, but it's not a big deal. I got a wall mount. I might have to take the TV and remount it and reposition everything and maybe lower it down a little bit if it doesn't work the way I want it to. But of course you can see my PC over there, my headphones, it's my Alienware. But again, and I have another one on the other side. But again, still, again, excuse my mess. I just like trying to do a video to show everybody this is what I have. I'm really happy so far with the base. It's worked really, really well. Of course, all these LEDs, you can put any color you want. I just matched it with everything else. And of course, the connections on the back, which I'm sure you've seen in reviews. You got, all kinds of mini USBs back there, and then where the switches connect in and the power. It's pretty simple. So, but you got other things that if you want to get power to go into that, you can plug it into the back of that. So that's not a problem. So again, that's the rig. I hope any questions, I'll be glad to answer it. Of course, I've only had it for, a week or so, week and a half. Again, a lot easier to move, a lot easier to put together, and actually more rigid. The base is more rigid, and so are my pedals on the plate are more rigid. So everything's more rigid, and so I'm really happy with it. The only thing I'm not, if I had to say as a con, would be the seat. And again, so if look at the normal, if you get this rig, the normal seat is black. You might want to just stick with it because it's got more adjustments up and down, and it's cheaper. And now, of course, with this, I do have, because I bought the whole kit, I have the plate that goes on the back for the PC to sit, and that sits right above where the pedals are. There's a bracket that goes off of that has another plate there, and you can set your PC on that. I have that, and I also have the triple monitors set up, and it's all green to match the triple monitors whole mount that goes around here. Because again, when I bought this, it was you bought the whole kit. It was a whole thing. And again, I never say never. I never know what I'll do in the future, so I know if I want to do that, I have it. I don't have to go get it. I don't have to go buy it. I just have it. So, but I didn't have to put that together because right now I'm just using the rig part and not any of the other stuff. So again, so far I'm really happy with it. Really happy with the Asetek Sim Sports, all their gear. I have no negatives. The software is absolutely just impeccable. And maybe I'll run through some of that stuff and we can go over that in another video when I'm doing some other stuff, or maybe I'm streaming. I can go over some of that if y'all are interested, but it's really simple. All the software is so much simpler than Fanatec, and I'm not knocking Fanatec. Again, they were fine for what they were, but I'm much happier with this as far as the feeling of the car. and how smooth it is as far as when you're turning. You don't feel like there's a dead zone, and you don't feel notchiness or grain, like, you know, real granule, or almost felt like, the best thing I can do is anybody that's out there that's ever driven a car with a manual, no power steering, but it had a gearbox in it, like a Jeep, or some of the older cars that had the old gearboxes down there. That had still power steering, but it almost feels like it's got a gear in there that it got slop in it. That's what to me the Fanatec has always felt like, and it's really hard to be precise when you have that little bit of slop in it. And this has none. It's absolutely solid as a rock, no slop anywhere, and you know, getting the wheel on and off is just a quick release right here. So again, I mean, there you go. I mean, that's it. That's it. And it comes right back on. So I mean, it doesn't get any simpler, and I'm again really happy. I just, you know, hopefully right now I'd have to say, to be honest, I am probably a little faster than I was. This is very premature, but I think overall, over everything I've been doing with it since I got it, I am a little faster, and that could be a combination of this and the pedals. I don't know, but so far, I mean, I ran my personal best, all-time personal best in the AMG just at Mount Panorama. So that right there, and again, all the other testing I've done, I've been a little bit better. So again, hopefully I can actually keep improving and maybe, you know, pick up a little bit. So hopefully it'll be even more worth than what I'm saying here as far as the performance part of it. But again, it's really preliminary. But it's looking good anyway, and I really like the feel of it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and give me a like and subscribe. Again, any comments, if I can answer them, I'll be glad to answer them. And I sure hope you come back and visit again. Y'all take care. See ya.